Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to talk about the most recent reveal, guys. This was crazy about everything, guys.
Oh my god.
The big Negan reveal and what it means for the spinoff between Negan and Maggie, guys.
Yeah.
As you guys know from our reaction, or if you've watched the episode, pretty big reveal on Negan. Mm-hmm. He's not only with someone new, he's not only married to that someone, but he's having a child with that someone.
Yeah. And if you think like, look, there's people that fall in love and get married all the time quickly, right? So if you think about it, the conflict that we saw between that final episode, that one episode at the end, the conflict that we potentially will see between Daryl and Maggie, that was 6 months, right? After the first couple episodes that we've seen already, it's been 30 days since our group has been there. She's pregnant. She's now 12 weeks. So Negan was only gone 2 episodes, and now he's married to her. So it's been, because I think the next episode of The Walking Dead, we're coming up to that 6 months timeline, and we're gonna see it, right? So
that's moving fast.
It's moving fast, and
no, hey, there's nothing against
there's nothing against it, right? It's just a shock. And I think when everyone learned of it, like Aaron and Maggie, they were like, and especially Lydia, you're married?
Well, I think the shock for us fans was the fact that, hey, Negan's married.
And it's completely different from the source material.
Absolutely.
He never got over Lucille. He lived a solitary life from then on.
Yeah.
Until Negan Lives, because if you read Negan Lives, there is a character he links up with, not romantically, but you could say maybe it could turn into something. Who knows?
We don't know.
Kirkman's got to write more Negan, and he said he will do it.
Yeah. But we don't know, right? And I loved it. I did.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it.
But what does that do for the spinoff? And, when I think of that, the first thing that comes to my mind is this girl's not going to make it. What's her name again? Sorry.
Annie.
Annie. Thank you. The character name. Annie.
Character name, yeah.
Annie's not going to make it.
Well, I've had some time to reflect. And
have you now?
I've seen some comments. I've seen some of our comments from our reaction, and I've kind of taken a different stance on it. So yes, I think, I still have in the back of my mind, are we scared for Annie? But I'm kind of thinking, okay, in this spinoff, right? We don't know true details right now, but let's say that with Negan and Maggie, there's more of a group going with them. And stay tuned to our Twitter, and we're kind of going to put up a poll of what you guys might think. So,
meaning it's not just Maggie and Negan going off into the wild or having a mission or doing something.
There's a couple possibilities. It could just be Negan and Maggie. Maybe it could be Negan, Maggie, Lydia, and Elijah. It could be Negan, Annie, Maggie, Elijah, maybe Lydia too. But then you're going to ask this question. 1, for Maggie, what about Herschel? Right? 2, are we going to skip ahead far enough to where Annie has the child, but the child's going to be very young, so Negan is still going to go and leave Annie behind? Or that's where you get scared and say, does something happen, which then forces Negan to go wherever they're going to go? It's all up in the air, but it is scary. It is scary right now.
Yeah, I mean, you rack your brain trying to figure out what is the point of a spinoff. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it, and I'm glad they did it.
We're all in on it.
But what is the point of a Maggie and Negan spinoff? Like these two, Negan's there, right? Negan is, he's all in with Maggie. Like he respects her, I think. But it's the other side of things. Yeah. And even you saw it even after that episode. Like I was so happy when he was put in charge of Herschel, because finally for me, this is what I've always said when almost every video we've done talking about Negan and Maggie is that he needed to save Herschel's life or protect Herschel in some way to at least get close enough to Maggie to where she'll start forgiving him. That still didn't happen. It still didn't happen.
It's going to take time. So I think Maggie knows that he has a good heart for kids. And Maggie and Negan even said, she was like, if anything happens to him, Negan said, it'll have to happen to me first, right? So that gave Maggie a sense of, okay, he'll be fine, right? But I didn't like, what I didn't like is when Maggie got back
and says that to Herschel.
The first thing that she says to Herschel is, what did he say to you? And then he's already glaring at him anyway, but she's then glaring at both Annie and Negan like, What did he tell you? Now,
that's what I meant by
I didn't
she's
like
still
that.
not over it, because
yet.
like to her, like the tone that she used was almost like, I don't want him saying anything to you at all. And what do you expect?
But what I also didn't like about that scene is that you just had a very heart-to-heart talk with Annie. Remember that discussion?
Yeah.
And she was like, he doesn't get to forget. And I had to put the subtitles on to kind of really hear what she said. But
Annie said that.
Well, no, Maggie said that. She said he doesn't get to forget. And Annie said...
Annie was like, you think that he has.
Annie said he hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't forgotten it. Because Negan told Annie everything. You could... When Herschel put down the gun and Lydia came in and got it, did you not see that man in tears? That dude was about to break down.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard for him.
It's evident now that that what he did weighs on him heavily.
It does. It does.
I mean,
he regrets it. Now, yes, he did tell Maggie. Maggie asked him an honest question. If you would have done things differently, what would you have done? And Negan answered honestly, I would have killed all of you. And that is true.
Yeah.
He would have. And you would have killed him, right? But dude, come on. Maggie, like, I know this is a hard thing for you to accept, that you may never accept him for killing your husband, and now your son knows.
Yeah.
Maggie doesn't know yet that he knows.
Yeah.
But
he's
done so many good deeds for the group, and it's just like, come on.
But we've said this over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? You flip things on the other side of things, and who attacked who? You flip it around, and who attacked who?
Yeah.
They attacked that satellite.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't have done it like that. I really wish they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how it was done in the source material.
Yeah.
Our survivors were attacked by Negan. He made the first kill. But Maggie doesn't care about that. And I know that doesn't, change the fact that Negan literally brutally killed Glenn. Like, that doesn't matter. You still killed him.
Yeah.
But man, what was he supposed to do? He even told Maggie. He even said, like, I had to go back and tell my people that I couldn't protect them after you did that.
Right. Yeah. And that's why I love the line from Annie saying, look, we all have blood on our hands.
Yeah.
There were bad things that happened to me, and I did bad things back to other people. I'm not proud of it. It happened, but I've seen people do worse trying to survive.
Yeah.
And it is, guys. It is a brutal world in this universe. People do bad things to survive, and you can take morality and put it wherever you want to say who's good and bad. It's just what we're waiting to get is the 100% reason as to why they leave for New York. Plenty different theories out there. We've mentioned some, could it be CRM related? Could it be a cure thing related? Could New York be walled off? Could the zombie variant have been taken?
We don't know the timeline either. Do we?
We're assuming. I think it is after. It has to be after the events of the whole thing.
Well, we know that.
It has to be.
We know that.
But we don't know how many years.
We don't know how many years that's going to be.
Exactly.
Is it
Herschel?
Is it
teenage? Is it Herschel
That's
is
where
like
I'm
in his
going,
20s?
dude.
Like, is it 12, 15
That's
years?
exactly where I'm going. Is it 12 years enough to where Herschel's coming after this dude?
Right.
And Maggie's like, we need to get you out of here. Well, Maggie wouldn't do that, I don't think.
Right. Well, then then what happens to Annie? Their kids, like in their teens, early 20s.
Is this kid gonna just turn into a psycho?
That's another good question. What will Herschel ever do? Will they ever have him do anything?
Could you imagine?
Do you think he would have pulled that trigger if they were in another situation?
Absolutely.
Do you think he would?
Absolutely.
Do you really think he would?
Absolutely.
What about you guys? If it was a different situation, do you think Herschel would have pulled that trigger?
Let me back that out. It depends on what Maggie told him. Do you think Maggie told him the brutalization of it? Did he literally beat his dad's head in with a barbed wire bat?
That is a great question, guys. That's a great question.
Because
I don't know if Maggie would have told him that.
I don't think so.
I think all she told him was a bad man killed your father.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And he's that bad man.
And he figured it out. I don't know if he knows the brutality of it.
Assume that they don't have the spinoff.
Like if they don't do it,
right?
Like if it never works.
The final scene for Negan would be Herschel walking into a room and Negan sitting at a chair and Herschel holding a bat. And Negan just looks up before Herschel swings.
I thought you were going to say something like, take Rick's death from the comics and like twist it into
No, I'm
this or
talking
something.
an eye for an eye shit.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like that would be a
crazy.
brutal ass scene. You're not doing it anymore because you have the spinoff.
Yeah.
But you know,
I honestly don't know if it was a different situation. They wouldn't have. I mean, they would, and that's the thing. You know, if they wouldn't have released it, and that's why we hate that AMC announces this shit so early. That, you know, would we have been afraid that Herschel would have done it? Yes,
absolutely,
and no. Yes and no, because you think, would they really kill Negan? Well, they could. You never know what happens in the world of Walking Dead, right? But knowing that, you know, they're having a spinoff and we know it's after the events, it's like, well, it was still a great moment. It was just like, I was even fearing. I don't know if you. I think I may have cut it out of the reaction a little bit. But before, I was like jittering, like, oh my god, is he going to do this? And I kept thinking, like, oh yeah, he's not.
Let me ask you this: say that there wasn't. Would you be surprised if he did do it? No. We've had a kid kill another human being on this show. Carl, as a kid, killed a
kid
who was trying to give up.
Yeah, he killed a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Would I have been surprised? No.
Yeah.
Massive shock. Sucks that, you know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's gone. We don't have Negan anymore. Yeah, but I think it would have been very tough for the writers to write a young Herschel, as young as he is. He's a mature kid. He's a great kid, right?
Yeah.
He's been through a lot. I think it would have been tough for the writers to justify his young age killing Negan. If maybe Herschel was in his teens, maybe 20s, a man, yeah, I could see the writer saying, yeah, we justify a man Herschel killing
Here's
Negan.
Another thing.
But
if that would have happened in that particular scene, Maggie would have had to been there.
Yeah.
And see it happen.
And they probably they would have been found and all got killed anyway, right?
Yeah. But no, I absolutely loved that scene.
Amazing scene.
It was truly amazing.
And the actor who plays Herschel, I apologize, I have to look up his name, but
you're a stone cold
amazing job.
You are.
You have a stone cold I'm going to kill you face.
Yes.
Or I hate you face. What I love though, let's give this up to the writers and also the young actor who played Herschel. Are you surprised that he did not have any tears in his eyes thinking that this man killed my father? He didn't tear up at all. He was more focused on, you are the man who did this. I'm going to kill you.
Purposely planned from a production standpoint, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that shows that this kid has had this in his mind long enough to
put that feeling aside.
Put that feeling aside.
To cry.
And tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And that's what that was. It was
perfect.
It was really well done.
Yeah, it was amazing, guys. Loved it.
And even from Jeffrey Dean Morgan's side of things. Like, now he's a talented and seasoned actor. But man, not the acting.
To work together to do that scene.
Put the writing into it.
Yeah.
Like when he says to him, find me years later.
Yeah.
And we'll settle this.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
It'd be great to know if it was all scripted or if anything Jeffrey Dean Morgan said was just in his character that came out of the script and they were like, yeah, let's go with it. Or it sounds better than what we wrote in the script. So yeah, guys, it's a lot to take and a lot to think of for this spinoff because we have little details, but it gives us some indications and little ideas of, okay, what's going to happen now? Negan has a family, a potential family. Maggie already has a family.
You think Maggie loses Herschel? Because we haven't talked about that.
Ooh, we haven't talked about that side.
I mean, I hope not, because she's lost so much.
Yeah. She would definitely not want Herschel to go, she definitely doesn't want to go to the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth would have to become like the rest of the communities, like they did in the comics, to be who they are, not all the totalitarian and craziness that they are.
The only reason why I asked that question is, do you think she loses Herschel before this spin-off, before the events of the spin-off?
And that's another idea people have had, is maybe they go to New York because Herschel was kidnapped, and that's why people say CRM or maybe another group going to New York, and she's got to go rescue Herschel.
Who the hell would kidnap him just for the heck of it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to justify CRM taking him. Where is Herschel going to be that CRM would take him? He'd have to be around somewhere, sneaking out where he's not supposed to, and they take him. But then it's like, well, how do they know?
How do they know he's taken?
How do they know he's taken? And how do they know where he went?
Yeah, that doesn't.
There's so many questions.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit right now.
Yeah,
There's just so many outstanding questions.
Can't wait for this can't wait to find out. And that's the thing that sucks is we're so long away from it.
Yeah, we're not going to be getting probably any details until late this year, early next year.
Yeah,
because it's not supposed to premiere till next year, but.
It'll still be exciting to see what they do with Negan and Maggie leading up to this.
Yeah, for sure. So, guys, we just wanted to give you guys our thoughts on kind of what this does for the spinoff itself with this reveal. Knowing all the characters are involved, all the things that are happening, thinking, will Negan and Maggie go off by themselves? Will they have other characters from the series that go with them? Stay tuned for our Twitter poll to definitely give your thoughts and leave your thoughts in the comments. And, I guess, let us know one major question. Do you think that this reveal of Negan having a wife and kid and the spinoff, do you feel now that does put Annie and their unborn child in jeopardy? Or maybe if the kid is born, if something happened to Annie, kid survives, he's got to leave the kid looked after. Somebody's got to look after the kid.
They're going to recycle the True Judith death.
Oh, if you guys don't know what that is, look it up.
They couldn't do that one.
Yeah, they could not do that one.
No way.
That would have been bad.
It would have been a lot of people would have stopped watching.
Do you think?
A lot of people would have stopped watching.
They would have stopped watching for that. Yeah, for sure.
If you stop watching because Glenn gets his head bashed in.
I know.
Wait till a baby.
Exactly. Yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. We cannot wait to start doing videos, theories, and eventual reactions for this new series. One thing that is still bugging me is, they announced the Carol and Daryl spinoff so early, and we have nothing, and they immediately gave us title and premiere for freaking Negan and Maggie. That's just weird. They're pushing that faster.
They took the time to edit something to give to us, and they have done nothing with Daryl. It really scares me for mainly Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of said it should potentially premiere in 2023, but there's just nothing right now. And maybe they gotta wait. Maybe Norma Reedus and Melissa McBride, they just gotta get all the fine tunings and deals, and if they got upcoming projects, maybe they announced the Maggie Negan one because maybe Jeffrey D. Morgan and Lauren Cohan don't have anything going on, so they're like, all right, we can push you guys first.
Then stop giving Daryl scenes with Sebastian then.
Right.
Stop it.
Exactly. Yeah, stop doing it. All right, guys. Once again, make sure you give the video a quick like, subscribe if you're new, and come back for more with us. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.